Hi, everyone. Oh, I'm already knocking things over. Good morning. How is everybody doing? How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. Things have been crazy since we last spoke, which I feel like I keep saying, unfortunately. But it seems like things are okay now. We've got 2 cats that need attention in medical ways. But both of them seem like they're going okay. But that's been like really at the forefront. Oddly though, I've still been able to do a lot of reading. So it's been really great. It's been like the perfect escape that reading's meant to be. I've been loving it. Hi, Sam. Oh, and hi, Sam. Hi, Angie. Hi, Lizzie. Good morning. Resting up after getting my COVID and flu shots yesterday. I also went through that very recently. So reading sprints are perfect. Oh, yay. Good. Yeah, we got ours like 3 weeks ago, I think. And it was like the day before we had people coming to stay with us, which was a choice. We tried to get it the day before that so we could have like one full day to like recover. But I was actually pretty okay. I was just tired. But it always hits Curtis like a ton of bricks. Hello. Good morning. I saw you doing her kid. Very excited. Good afternoon. I'm gonna guess somewhere in Europe for a good afternoon. Well, actually, the East Coast is in afternoon at this point. Hi, Rachel. Hello. Queer Reads, great name. Behind on my spin read, girl. You're not alone. But excited for the next one. Yeah, same. I'm very behind because I have still been prioritizing. I did 2 in August. I was just like focusing on the Booker Prize. And then in September, I was like, let me focus on more actually and do the Booker Prize and the Reading Rebellion, which I'm almost done with the Reading Rebellion, which is great because it does end at the end of this month. And I have 4 books left to read for the Booker Prize. And I have like a video I've filmed. I haven't even posted. That's for the last book I read. It's a whole thing. But after that, I'm planning on getting back once I've finished Reading Rebellion, finished the Booker Prize. I plan on tackling and possibly doing a vlog for it, tackling the books that I have from TBR Spin that I haven't read yet that I'm behind on. Because it's not great at this point. How many books am I behind? Is it just 2 right now? And it's about to be 3 because that's how bad I'm doing. It's just 2 right now. Hi. Glad you're here, Sonia. Hi, Sarah. Good. Ready for some sprints? Yeah, they're okay. Scout's actually, I'm gonna let Scout out of the room because she's done eating, and she has like a very specific place she wants to be sleeping right now. Okay. Usually I just watch to make sure that the kittens aren't stealing her food, but obviously I was going to be doing this, so I couldn't do that. But yeah, Scout got diagnosed with hyperthyroidism, which is not a surprise. A lot of old cats do end up getting hyperthyroidism. But we started her on the medication for it, which did not agree with her. So that's mostly why things were crazy on her end. But we're going to try switching to a transdermal. Hopefully she's not actually allergic and she just had a bad reaction to, orally taking it. And then if not, there is another option. So I feel a lot better. I went through like a mini freak out while it was all happening, but I've now like actually looked at the specifics and I'm okay. And then Klaus just needs to get some dental work done, which is never fun for a cat. But it's all very easy. And he should be great. And he's not even in pain, like waiting for that. So that's our main concern. And he's doing great. Oddly, the one we found in the gutter, Zuko, doing just fine. A lot of health stuff at the beginning. Totally chilling now. Hi, Nadim. Morning. Your hardest reading challenge you ever done videos are my favorites. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Yeah, I really like doing those. And it's funny, I've been like trying to be like, okay, you have to like make other videos again because all I want to do is focus on those ones. But if I do that, then I'll only upload once a month, and that's not what I want to do. But those are also my favorite. Currently reading The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown. Ooh, I have only read one Dan Brown, and I'll give you one guess as to which one it was. No, it was a Da Vinci Code, of course, which was for one of the Ted Lasso videos. Is that that one hasn't been created yet. I read it one day. One day I'm gonna read the last book for that video and I'm gonna film it. You're a great influence on me. You know, I tried. Oh, thanks, Amelia. Yeah, they're doing okay now. And Scout's like, it took her a second to like for her to stop taking the medicine, and they did give her like a bunch of like anti-nausea medication and a steroid shot and fluids and all of that she needed. And like pretty much right away, her personality started coming back. She was just very tired, and so I was very happy with that. And the symptoms didn't even come back. They were like, they might come back afterwards because sometimes it takes a while to get out of the system. So like after she's done with this like stuff that we're treating the symptoms with, she might get some of that back, but she didn't. And she's just been sleeping a lot because I think she was not sleeping very much before. But yeah, she's a very happy kitty now. I'm so tired. I was on a birthday party yesterday and I went to bed so late. Hope I don't fall asleep during reading, but it's so cozy now and I'm excited for the sprints and chatting. Yeah, that'll do it. I also went to bed late last night. Our washing machine is just randomly leaking, so we had to like clean up any water that was out, which luckily we had like a bin thing under it, but we had to like pump that out. And then obviously talk to the landlord and everything. And then we went through like a nice clean of the apartments because she's going to be coming by today. And we want her to see us as very good tenants because we really like her. We really like our landlord. She, we love landlords that only have like one property that's like the best to rent from. And that's the situation we're in. And she's so super nice. So ended up staying up later than intended. But yeah. Hi, Stacy. Good morning, Kat. Got this notification right as I woke up and reached for a book. Oh, perfect. So figured why not. So first dream, here we go. Yay. Welcome. This is one of our, I should have started with this actually. This is one of our TBR Spin Sprints. Everybody is welcome, even if you're not participating in TBR Spin. I just do these once a month where the sprints start with us spinning a wheel for TBR Spin, which is a year-long read-along that I do. But then after that, you are more than welcome to read anything you want. Even people that are participating in TBR Spin, they don't always read the book that they get for that. I do just because I feel better starting it that I'm going to actually read it. That being said, I haven't finished the last 2 books. So I finished my Hercules Square for the readathon this month, which was very exciting. Oh, awesome. I just finished a square yesterday. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to say. It's going to be a surprise. But I did. That's a spoiler. I did finish a square. It was a pretty easy one, in fairness. It just took a long time to do. My library says I need to return flashlight. I'm not sure I'm that into this summary. Is that a mistake? Is it too good to skip? Ooh, okay. I'm going to have other people also weigh in on this because I really liked it. That it was a 4.5 star for me. So like my gut is that you should read it. But I do know that a lot of people didn't like it as much. And it also does take a long time to read. I think that the page count is a little bit misleading because it doesn't have an insanely long page count, but it just takes some time to read. I thought that was a me thing, but I've been seeing that come up for other people as well. So, but I really loved it. So far, it is my second favorite from the list. Is it tied for second favorite now? I can't remember what I rated the last book. It might be tied. I don't know. I think it's my second favorite though, just saying. Which that's another, I'm going to eventually do a video ranking all of the books. So I guess that's another one that I've spoiled. I only joined in August, but I haven't even started August or September books. I mean, me neither. I mean, I started them. I just haven't actually read them. I picked some of the oldest books on my physical TBR, and I think there's a reason I haven't read them yet. Yeah, that's also what I did. But most of them were like, I haven't read them because they're like classics or something like that. Um, or quite a few of them were that. Some of them were, they were like too hyped at the time. Midnight Library. Then I hated it. So it hasn't always been great. But I feel like I have ended up reading a lot of great books. One of them was The Lincoln Highway by Amor Towles, which I put off purely because I was obsessed with his other two books. And so I was too scared to read his third. And so, but I obviously ended up really liking it. I'm trying to think of what other books came from it. Oh, The Golden Compass. I finally started his Dark Materials trilogy. I liked that one a lot. The City We Became, I read this year because of this challenge, and I really liked that one. I'm excited to read the second. So yeah, I actually had a lot of great luck with mine. I think the only one that I didn't do so well so far was The Midnight Library. And The Help. The Help, meh. Like good, readable, very readable. At one point this month, I had 9 currently reading, so truly I just need to get some partly finished books done today. Oh, I'm only laughing because my currently reading list is so bad. Thank goodness they have a pause feature on Storygraph. It's so bad right now. So that's also going around in my head as a video that I can do, like a reading blog of trying to do that. But also I've got my 25 books to read in 2025 list, which all of the books that are a part of TBR Spin are a part of that list. And then I have 5 books outside of that. That's not right. I should have 6. Oh, it's because I started one of them. I started reading Humankind by Rutger Bregman because I haven't had like a nonfiction going on in the background in a while, which is very well get a nonfiction today because there's only 3 books left in this challenge and 2 of them are nonfiction. But I figured I could always like stop and pick this one back up. Do you see why I'm in the middle of so many books? Do you see how cavalierly I was just like, yeah, it's whatever. But I did start this one, which actually has been really great for me. I thought that this was going to be, I was going to be in too much of a pessimistic mood about the world to be reading this. But it did kind of like hit me on the head and was like, hey, get out of it. Hey, let's look at science. Let's look at science and the nice things it tells us. And I was like, all right, fine. Okay, so yeah, I have 6 books technically, but I'm in the middle of one of them. And then I've got the 3 books from TBR Spin. But one of those books is, in fact, Infinite Jest. I've started that one, but, you know, another one I'm in the middle of. I'm also excited to hear about your reaction to the Booker shortlist. Oh, yeah, I haven't even talked about that anywhere. I just looked at it by myself and was like, okay. I actually am a big fan of the short list. Not all of the books. I've read all but Audition, annoyingly, the one I really wanted to read, but it's fine. That's what I get for having a wheel choose which book I read and in which order. But yeah, Flashlight is on there, which makes me very happy. The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny, which was my favorite one from the list so far. So that makes me happy. I think The Rest of Our Lives was on there, which like, okay. All right. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that getting onto the list. But it, okay. What else? Flesh. Oh, Flesh was on the list. I read Flesh. What did I think of Flesh? How come I can't remember? It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me what that book is about. I think I was very middle of the road with it. And I think a large part of that is me as a reader personally. There's zero atmosphere in that book. It's like almost all conversation. And that's something that doesn't super appeal to me. And then the only one we haven't talked about is The Land in Winter, which, fine, I'll give you a spoiler. That is the book that I ended up getting in my last spin of the wheel, of my Booker wheel that I did. And that's the video that I haven't posted yet. It's me getting The Land in Winter, which happened before the shortlist announcement. Yeah, I'm pretty sure only the people on my Patreon know, because I knew that Amelia and Sam were going to be doing a buddy read of it. So we ended up doing that, and I have finished The Land in Winter, and I really liked it. So I feel like I'm way more pleased than not pleased with the long list. And I'm excited that Audition got on there just purely because I've been really excited to read it. And it seems like a really great book to talk about in general. So yeah, that is my, in short, reaction to the long list. I don't think there's anything I'm like all that disappointed didn't make it. Um, I would have liked Universality making it, but I do think that that book's gonna do well enough on its own that it doesn't like need it, if that makes sense. uh, so that one might be the only one that I'm like, a little disappointed. I did like Misinterpretation, but I understand why that one wasn't on there. I think that that's going to be kind of more love it or hate it type book. Yeah, old cats either get thyroid issues or kidney issues. I think in yours and also all families, because yeah, that's what we hear a lot of. And actually, usually cats get thyroid at like 12 or 13 years old, and Scout's almost 16 now. So pretty happy that she hasn't dealt with either of them until this point. Been a while since I caught your live stream. Yay, glad you're here. My previous cat got that too and was fine once the dose was right. My other past cat also needed dental work and did very well. Yeah, Scout's gotten dental work before, so we've been through it. It's mostly just like, oh, okay, now we have to like put the cat under. Kind of annoying, but whatever. I am 2 books behind in Spin. I guess we're all 2 books behind in Spin. But just finished Lincoln Highway. Oh, enjoyed it, but my least favorite tolls so far. Yes, same. The other half, which was fun. Yay. Oh, I think I saw, was it your comment recently that said that you read the other half and Burnham Wood? I'm so bad at I read every comment. So bad at actually responding to them. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna respond to this when I'm at the computer, and then I never do. Or I do, but it's like 2 weeks after the video, and you'll notice that I just like add a bunch of comments at once to my videos. I agree. The Lincoln Highway is also my least favorite Tolls book, but I did also really like it. It's just the other 2 I'm obsessed with. And I haven't finished the short story collection yet. One of those books I'm in the middle of. And the other half I love. I'm so glad that you read it. I think that so many more people should read that series. It's so fun. And it's got like deeper messages like within it, which is like the best kind of like mystery thriller. I'm reading One Day by David Nichols and King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. Oh, I am also reading a Leigh Bardugo. I don't think I'll be picking it up during the sprints today. I'll probably pick up the TBR Spin book. But I am currently reading Crooked Kingdom because I did finish 6 of Crows today. And then this is going to be my last book for the Reading Rebellion that I've been doing. So I'm that-ish far. And I wasn't planning on reading it so quickly, but it came up from the library. So I figured. And also for her kid, that's my duology done. And then I just have the trilogy and the standalone for that square left, which I don't think that square I'll finish for a long time, just because I'll probably save that standalone for as long as I can until like there's a book that doesn't fit anything else. I've decided I'm using TBR Spin for my readathon square. Oh, perfect. So I hope it comes back next year. Ooh, I guess, yeah, this is a good time to announce it. But yes, TBR Spin is coming back again next year. I don't know if I'm going to do a video talking. Well, yeah, I probably will do a video that like introduces it just in case there are new people that want to look into it, and maybe I'll go over what's going to be on my list next year. But I've already been thinking about my list next year, which is so exciting because the stack now is so small and I'm excited to have a stack of 12 again. But yes, TBR Spin is coming back next year, and planning on doing it the same way that I ran it this year, in doing the live reading sprints where we spin at the beginning and do reading sprints afterwards. Just finished the September secret prompt for her kid. Oh yeah, I'm not doing the secret prompts for mine just because I did the little combo of version 1 and version 2. But I gotta say, it does sound like somebody's talking about like doing some espionage type stuff, whatever. They're like, I've done the secret prompt. And then I get a little bit jealous. I get a little bit of FOMO. I have 3 books left to complete my first square. Nice. I have the exact same problem this month. So many good books started and not finished. Yeah, and they're good books. It's not even that they're not good. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jolene. Just joined, having a rainy day on holiday, so making the most of it and reading. Oh, perfect. I do love a bit of vacation reading. Flashlight is long. I finished Sonia and Sunny faster, and that has a longer page count. I would agree. I would agree for sure. Good morning. My plan is to work ahead a bit in Aaron Smith's Bewitched book challenge. Ooh, I haven't heard of that one. I might have to look into it. Not that I need any more. I'll be reading my September read. I'm about 20 pages into it so far. Okay, nice. I think for me, I'm so bad at DNFing, especially because I need it to count for her kid. Yeah, I haven't been DNFing at all. I don't think I've DNF'd at all since starting her kid. That's not because I've been like, oh, I need to count this for her kid. It's just purely been because I've been reading some pretty good books, actually. Like things have been going well reading wise for me. I'm about a third of the way through my September TBR. Don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it before the end of the month. Yeah, I know I won't be able to, but also I did pick up some random books that weren't on my TBR. So, I'm reading Fool's Fate, which accidentally, since I didn't know about TBR Spin, is the oldest book on my physical TBR. Oh, nice. Perfect. Yeah, that was our prompt for September. And is Fool's Fate the second one? Yeah, it's Fool's Errand, then Fool's Fate, then Golden Fool. Jeez. I am one of the books I'm in the middle of is Fool's Errand, which I very much want to get back to. That's the one that's of the ones I'm in the middle of calls my name the most, but because I've been in the middle of it longer, I'm like, I should finish the ones that I'm like more currently in the middle of. I don't know. Things make sense in your brain, you know? This is my weekend of trying to finish all the library books I need to turn in or just give back. I'll probably finish The House of My Mother by Sherry Frankie soon and need to pick another. Ooh, let me know how you think about that one because I've been thinking about reading it, but I have watched probably too many like documentary style YouTube videos on it. So I don't know that, including like people that have read her book and talked about it. So like I don't know anymore if I want to. I do still kind of want to. I don't know. I can't decide. I also just got a book from the library. What is it? The Chris Whitaker one, all the Colors of the Dark, something like that. Which is my December book club pick for my in-person book club. And I didn't mean to get it so quickly. I really could have done with not getting it right now, but I might read that sometime soon. I'm currently reading 13 books, doing both Magical Readathon and Her Kid. Oof. And I am now procrastinating all of those for the brand new Riordan and Oshira release, Nico D'Angelo Adventure. Oh, I don't know anything about that. How fun. Middle of 13. Okay, we might be tied. Should we see how many books I'm in the middle of? Should we just look at it? Sometimes you just have to look at it. Okay, so technically, according to Goodreads, according to Storygraph, I don't use Goodreads. I don't know why I said that. Technically, according to Storygraph, I am actually currently reading 3. However, they have a pause feature now. And I have 12 paused. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I looked at it. So yeah. Yep. Nope. Yep. I am in the middle of 15 books then, I guess is what that means. Which even now I'm still like, is that really all of them? It's not, because I don't think I put the last Dungeon Crawler Carl on there that I did technically start and made it like a couple chapters in before I was like, you cannot be also reading this. This is the other book that I'm actively currently in the middle of. Didn't mean to read it so quickly, or didn't mean to pick it up so quickly after its release. But it is now my book for the September release for Her Kid. And I've made it a decent way through, but I have put it on pause to read Crooked Kingdom just so that I could like actually finish the Reading Rebellion. And then I'll go back and I do need to read that just so that I can mark that off of Her Kid. Because I do need to read that within 60 days of its release in order to have it count for that. I read Audition this weekend. I'm not sure why people like it so much. Seemed like a normal story, which probably says something about my life. I was about to say like, oh, a lot of people like it or hate it, but it seemed like a normal story. That is the first time that I've heard that feedback from it. Were there cats zooming? I totally missed it. I mean, it makes sense. They did just eat. I just recorded a podcast for Bookcast Club, all about her kid. Yeah, I have been on that before. Oh my gosh, another Sarah, right? um, but yeah, you may have been mentioned several times. We discussed TBR Spin too. Oh, nice. I'll have to make sure to listen to the episode. Oh man, I haven't talked to them in forever actually. I DNF'd my September pick, then picked a different one instead, and it was 5 stars. Yay! Oh, good. Yes, I did read Burnham Wood, which actually has stayed with me more than I thought. Oh, yay! Are the other books in the other half series worth reading? Yes, I would say I'm pretty sure the other half I gave 5 stars. I think the second book I don't think I gave it 5 stars, but I think I gave it like a 4.5, 4.75, which is, I can't remember the name of. I do own it. The In Crowd. So that one I would definitely recommend. I haven't read the third one because it hasn't come out in the US yet. And I'm only minorly very upset about it. I have thought about ordering it from the UK. I'm not sure yet. Okay, Fool's Fate is the third one, so Golden Fool must be the second one. You know what? That does make sense because I own Golden Fool and I don't own the third one. And that would make more sense that I did that instead. I finished my September TBR yesterday by finishing the second book of Little Women. Nice. Great job. Ooh, okay. I'll speed up with the, I know we chat a lot for the beginning of these, especially because we do still have to spin the wheel. Good morning. I'll be finishing the last 50 pages of The Bloodstones, and then I think I'll work on diamond painting while I listen to The Raven Scholar. Ooh, nice. I haven't done any diamond painting in a while. I mean, I finished my diamond painting, the one that I had. But I have thought about reaching out to Diamond Art Club to work with them again because I had such a great experience the first time. Oh gosh, calling me out on library books too. It happens. We've all got them. My dog is watching too because your kitties are playing in the background. Yes. I think there's just one now and he is very firmly in the window. I'll probably open up the windows actually once we get the first sprint started. So you'll probably see at least 2 cats there. Scout, again, she's been very sleepy. So she has like a spot on the couch that she's obsessed with. Even through nighttime, she sleeps there, which never happens. Usually she's the only one allowed in the bedroom to sleep with us. And she usually snuggles like here with me. But lately she's only wanted that spot on the couch. So she gets up, she eats, does her things, goes back to the couch. I also went to the library on Saturday and picked up 3 books. It's not like I have enough books at home, but I love browsing so much. I know it's too fun. The House of My Mother is a really good memoir. If you're still interested, it's definitely worth it. Okay. 2 reading, 20 paused. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. I thought because StreamYards gave both of your icons, or YouTube gave both of your icons the same color, that was the same person. So I feel like I didn't actually respond to this. I will likely put in a request from the library. I feel like it'll probably take a while just because I think that's book still pretty popular. But it also would be good for her kid because I don't read a lot of memoirs and I don't think I have any upcoming that I'm thinking about reading. I feel like I had Crying in H Mart for a long time, thinking about reading, but I've read it now and not during her kid. And so that would be a good one for the nonfiction square. I'm also technically reading 3, but have 8 paused. Oops, the consequence of being a mood reader. I don't even call myself a mood reader, but I think that as I actually try to avoid reading slumps, turns out I might be. Now that I'm actually listening to the moods, and which is good because I go into less reading slumps. But it does mean that I get in the middle of a lot. I'm spoiled with a library that lets me keep them until somebody wants them. So jealous. And now I have 6 to try to read or give back quickly. This is my 3rd weekend. Nice. If I include the books on pause, I'm in the middle of 24. Oh, okay. Everybody's making me feel better. Thank you very much. I feel great now, actually. Yes, I work in a library where we have those rules and am a member of 3 other libraries. I need to calm down. Yeah, I just joined the Boulder Library. And I still need to join the downtown Denver library. I miss reading The Butcher's Masquerade, which I kind of put to the side for Magical Readathon, but I miss it so badly. I love all the books I'm reading, but I miss them when I'm reading so many. I feel the same way. That's good going. I want to read the Nico D'Angelo story so much, but it will be released in my country only in December. Oh, yeah, I get it. Same with me in the third book from the other half series. It has a real series name. I just always forget the detective's name in it. 27 library books out from Libby. Oh, yeah, I can't look at that. I can't look at my Libby. Actually, I think it's pretty okay right now, but it's usually not. I just discovered Queens Public Library will let me check out 20 books on Libby. I get it 70. Yeah, my library lets me check out 40. Like, excuse you, why would you ever give me that ability? The state of New Hampshire max is 3 books. Oh my gosh, I've never had that low. Wow, you have to really think about it then. Oh, I could never. Can't stay for the full sprints today, but hopefully I will be able to do so next time. Totally fine. I don't think that they're going to be long today just because my landlord is coming over at some point, but hoping for at least 2 sprints, maybe 3. I truly emphasize with you. Well, good news is that I definitely think it's worth the wait. It is incredibly cute, and I am 280 of 426. I've cried 5 times already. Good luck. Oof. That is a lot. There are a few books that I have felt that way for. Mine lets me have 60 loans. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm a teacher, so my max checkout is 150. Wow. I guess it does make sense that teachers would get a higher number. Silly me asked for 3 arcs from the German book prize long list and got approved for all. Oh, and I can't talk about my NetGalley. I'll get to those eventually. Vermont is 3 books too. Oh my gosh. And you can only have them out for 2 weeks. Not even 3 weeks? Oh. The Chicago Public Library lets you check out 50 physical books. I'm not sure how many ebooks, but it's something much more reasonable. I live in a very rural area and only get 5 out from Libby and 5 holds, but that's actually good because it limits me to only take out books I really want to read. Yeah, that is true. Don't ask me how many books I'm currently out from the library. I did almost call you out earlier when somebody was talking about being called out for library books. I was like, I'm sure Amelia's got a million. I live in Maine, so maybe it's a New England thing. Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's a good, when we were thinking about where to move, we were like, New England looks pretty cool. But now that I know this, maybe it's better we did it. But man, you do have more trains out there. Okay, so let's do our spin. Again, for anybody that is not participating in TBR Spin, this is one of the live streams that I do every month and it's usually the last one of the month, is for TBR Spin, which is my year-long read-along or reading challenge. But you do not have to participate in it. If you just want to be here for the sprints, totally fine. Basically, all it means that this is one of those live streams is that we start it with spinning a wheel that gives us a prompt that leads us to one of the books in our stack. Our stack at the beginning of the year is made up of 12 books. And then, of course, every month it gets 1 book shorter. So at this point, we have just 3 left because we're spinning for October. So these are my 3 books. I've got The New Jim Crow, American Psycho, and The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. So 2 nonfictions, which I believe I've had the same 2 nonfictions all year. I can't remember if I've read any of the nonfiction. I don't think I had other ones that were on the list. So yeah, still waiting for that. But really all we want, right, everybody? Really all we want is a swap because we have not gotten the swap all year. And I swear it's been way more popular in past years. Actually too popular in some past years where it was annoying. And now I just want the excitement of it. So I've been usually every month I would replace a prompt on the wheel once we got one and replace it with something else. But I haven't been doing that for the past 3 or 4 months because I just want one of the swap prompts to come up. So fingers crossed today's the day. With all that being said, let's actually spin the wheel and find out what our prompt for October TBR Spin is. I don't think we're going to make it to the swap. Okay. Wait. Oh, shoot. That's my bad. Everybody. reverse. We've already done this prompt this year. This was because this is one I read the Midnight Library for. Can somebody just correct me if I'm wrong? Actually, I'll just open up my story graph. But if somebody's quicker to correct me, feel free. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, we've got this exact prompt in April. So sorry. Oh, my bad. Take 2. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Yes, we have done it. Okay, still not a swap somehow. A book you got as a gift. Oh, this is a hard one to do now. This might cause a swap for people because, I mean, at least for me, I don't think I got any of these as a gift, and I don't think I have a friend that particularly wanted me to read any one of these. Ooh, okay. Okay. So yeah, if you do have one on your list, which I know it might be tough for this one, with only having 3 books left at this point. If you do have a book that's on your list that you got as a gift from somebody, or that a friend just really wants you to read, then that's your pick. If you don't have that on your list, then you can pick something from your larger TBR and just make sure that you remove one book from your stack. Usually I spin a wheel to decide which book that I remove from my stack, or I do a random number generator, but I kind of just want to pick Bret Easton Ellis because I really want to read the other 2. Let me know what you think. So it's a swap then. So swap. At this point, not having a swap all year would be the funniest outcome. True. At this point, next year I'm gonna put all swaps there. No, I hate swaps at the beginning of the year because like that's when you're most tied to your list because you just made it. But at this point, everybody's been staring at the same books all year. I've been reading off of my list between prompts, so everything is a swap at this point. You know what? Fair. That makes sense. I've thought about doing that. I think it's totally fine for you to pick which one to swap out. Okay, thank you. I don't know why I tell everybody else that you can do that, but for whatever reason, for me, because I've been doing it one specific way. Okay, that I got as a gift or that a friend really wants me to read. I have the Thorn Birds, which I have a friend that really wants me to read it, although I did buy it for myself. Ooh, wait, I think I know which one I'm gonna go for. Oh, although I'm tempted by one that I bought at the same time as a friend so that we could read it, but I don't think she's reading it anytime soon, so I think that that's okay. I technically have a lot of books that my parents have given me, because anytime they're in like a thrift bookstore, like anywhere where they live, they'll be in a random antique store and there'll be books for $1 each, and then they'll send me a picture of them. So technically those are gifts, even though I do pick them myself. But I think that there's one in particular that was actually going to go on my TBR spin list for next year. But I also think that this is just really cute in general because I was given it by the other founder of TBR Spin, which is Jill from the Book Bully. We used to do this together for 2 years. We did it together, but she is not really doing like YouTube in general anymore. But I feel like because she gave me that book, and like that's kind of perfect for this. So I'm going to go grab it. It is Crow Lake by Mary Lawson. So I think that this is going to be my read for this month. And I think I'm going to swap out, since I'm pulling from off of my list, I'm going to swap out American Psycho. I haven't decided if I actually want to read this book or not anymore, for a reason that I feel like is really going to spoil what my next video is. You know what? That's fine. You all can know what my next video is. I wound up in this like rabbit hole of book bucket list posters after making my last video, and I ended up doing a very large spreadsheet, kind of comparing and contrasting how like the books that are being used, which books are most common, which authors are most common, which list is the most diverse, which one has the most translated books on there, most women authors, all that kind of stuff. So because of that, and because of how my list, the one that I own, fared in that, I'm pretty sure I'm getting rid of it. No, I know I am getting rid of it. I'm saying I'm pretty sure because I'm still trying not to spoil that for some reason. But I feel like here, I don't know, for some reason in lives, I'm like, yeah, you could talk about all your plans. But a large part of the reason why American Psycho was on my TBR to begin with is because it's on that list. And I for a long time I was like, oh, it's because I read The Shards and like that did a lot to me. And I don't know if I want to read this. I've also already seen the movie. So I might do like try a chapter type thing. But I think I'd feel like less pressure to like read more of it if it's not as a part of this anyway. So I think that's the book I'm going to remove. So now this is my actual stack, and Crow Lake is the book that I'm going to be reading this month or for October. Okay, that was actually easy. It's Memories of the Future by Siri Hutzbet for me. How did I do? I'm swapping. My mom lent me a Daniel Steele book, Accidental Heroes, and she really wants me to read it. Oh, perfect. I might pick up The Art Prophecy, which I got as a Secret Santa gift from a friend. Ooh, oh, that's a good idea. I wonder, do I still have any Secret Santa gifts from friends that I haven't read? I don't think that I have. I think that I've done a good job of reading all those. Actually, we don't do Secret Santa. We do like a white elephant situation. So it's not like picked specific for a person. 2 of the 3 on my stack were birthday presents. Oh, perfect. So I'm excited. I'm going with my best friend's exorcism. What a great time of year. Oh, that is one that I really like. I think that I want to read, but I hear mixed things about. So I am looking forward to hearing what you think about it. The cover is so cool. Okay, I'm continuing. Heroines by Kate Zambrano, and the inscription my friend wrote in the covers from 2015. Oh, yeah. Jill gave me this in 2022. Which doesn't sound that bad, but I've been actually doing a really great job of reading all of the oldest books on my TBR. So this is one of the oldest books on my TBR now. I love Kate Zambrano. Nice. I don't know that I've read anything by her. I read American Psycho when it was new. Yeah. How long has this one been on my? This one's been on my bookshelf since 2020. That's why it was on TBR Spin. All of my oldest books were from there. But yeah, when did it come out though? Because I watched the movie in high school, so it's been a bit. And I should not have watched it in high school. I blame that on a guy that I wanted to be dating at the time. We did end up dating. He was actually a terrible boyfriend. I should have known. Anyways, it's gonna be a swap for me then. I have a group of friends, and they really want me to read Batalha do Apocalypse, which is a Brazilian book. Ooh, and I'm gonna let another Riordan book for later. Oh, perfect. It will be Wounded by Percival Everett for me. Got it as a gift. Oh my gosh, all I want to do is read my next Percival Everett now that I've read James. I randomly read James because it was a part of my book club, and then I got it from the library. I think 3 days before the book club, and I was like, let me just see. And I started reading it, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I love Percival Everett's writing. And I read through it very quickly. Went to book club, had a great time. Renewed my love of book club because it had been a while since I'd been, and the last time I went, I didn't have a great conversation just because we had to like split up with different tables, and I ended up getting I was just sitting with 2 other people, and one of them hadn't read the book, so it was very. I felt like I was doing a lot of the talking, which I don't like doing, but yeah. Do you have an HP Sprocket? I do. You could just sticker over the top 100 books poster as in fix it. I have also considered doing that. I think I would have a hard time choosing between which ones I like. There's a few that I feel like I just should change. But there are also a few that I feel like I would just be like, I don't feel like reading it and then get rid of it, which maybe is fine. Maybe I just stick some classics up there that I want to read. Also, I think that I would need to, like, knowing what to replace them with is also kind of hard. I think maybe I'll look for like a book of like 100 translated like books that you should read before or in your lifetime. I'm trying not to say before you die so much. It sounds really depressing. Hello. Welcome. Making a list of all my gifts so I can spin a wheel. Ooh, fun. Oh my gosh, I love that. I hope it's in, I assume it'll be in your vlogs that you do for this. I doubt I'm getting any reading done. I got into an argument about performative reading, but I might pick up maybe Mrs. Dalloway. Ooh, love Mrs. Dalloway. I do kind of want to reread it though. It's been a long time. I missed the book club because I got confused. Are you doing the live on Discord or Patreon? On Discord, and it's going to be once every other month. I think I saw your question. Sorry I didn't answer it before. But yeah, so the next one should be Open Water in November. There's a New York reading. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I really tried. Edition of Virginia Woolf. That's a repub of the first edition. Ooh. I have the shards, but I've not. But I have heard not to read unless someone else is home or after dark. It did put me in a real funky headspace. I will say that. I didn't find it like scary is not the right word, but I was just, I don't know. I still don't know how to describe my feeling of that book. But I felt a lot. I think recently, or my last video, I said that I don't think I've ever felt more physically felt more while reading a book than while reading Elena Knows. And I think that the only book that could possibly compete with that is The Shards. I was thinking about that while I was editing that video. I was like, oh, technically though, The Shards. But I don't, not in the same way. Like Elena Knows did it in a very like powerful way, which I guess The Shards did too. I just overall, like there wasn't like a larger like message thing that I was picking up from it. That being said, I do think it's a really good book. And like, this is what I say all the time. I just felt so weird while reading it, which is why I'm having a hard time deciding if I want to read another Bret Easton Ellis. I have Deathless by Catherine M. Valente in my stack that my sister gave me. Oh, perfect. And your stack too. Oh, nice. There's a newer version of the calendar. Put the changes from there. Oh. Ooh. I figured. Yeah. Scott drop chart. Okay, nice. Yeah, if you want to. Oh, I wonder if the one that I used. Because in the video, I compared all the different book posters, and I used because I already had a list of all the books that were on my book poster in a spreadsheet. So I just copied and pasted, but I wonder if is it that same version that's changed? Because if so, then my video is slightly inaccurate. I'll just film a little. Hey, by the way, if that's the case. Good morning. What happens if none are gifts? I see some people mentioning swap. Yes. Yeah. So if you don't have any that are gifts, or that like a friend in particular has been like, hey, read this, then just pull from your larger TBR and then remove one of the books from your stack of 3 that you had left, to make sure that you're going into November with just 2 books. So I ended up pulling Crow Lake, which was given to me by Jill, who was the other founder of this challenge. And these are the 2 books I'm left with for November. I ended up removing American Psycho from my stack, which is why I was talking so much about Bret Easton Ellis. Currently reading Caleb Azuma Nelson's second book, Small Worlds, and it may be my book of the year. Ooh, Open Water was 5 stars. Great news. That is the one, right? That's the one that I have and that we're reading for book club. Why did I just have like a mini panic that wasn't the one? I'm like 99% sure. I can't find it though on my, there it is. Okay, it's so skinny. It's so tiny. New York Review of Books. Okay. I was close. I was very close. And you know what? I even was like, the B probably stands for books, but I can't figure out how. Reading The Loneliness of Sonny and Sunny. I'm really liking it. Nice. I thought I saw Girl, Woman, Other on the one currently on Uncommon Goods. Oh, yes, you're right. Uncommon Goods does sell a different book bucket list poster created by a different person. That one is actually included in the video too. I did see that one and I'm tempted by it. Actually, maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll use the other ones that were on some of the other lists to replace them. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with it. I have some other possible potential video ideas of like doing almost like a series diving into not just book bucket list posters, but book lists that are online in general, and like um, how much crossover there is, how much they actually like diversify your reading and that kind of stuff. Um, I've already read Open Water when it came out, so I might not remember much, but I'm planning on to join. Okay, awesome. Anyways, okay, so now we can officially start the first reading sprint. Again, if you're not participating in TBR Spin, totally fine. This prompt is for all of those who are, but we're going to be sprinting just the same. I am going to put up a little prompt on the bottom that says, or a little banner on the bottom that says what the prompt is, just in case anybody joins while we're sprinting and is doing TBR Spin. But besides that, I think that we are good to go. And I'll also be updating the Storygraph challenge. This challenge is on Storygraph. And actually, I'm in it right now. I can share a link. Or I thought I could. Maybe that'll work. So if you're not in the Storygraph challenge already and you want to be, that's where it's at. So I'm going to update the October prompt to actually reflect the full prompt. And then feel free to add your books there. And then after that, I will officially be starting in reading Crow Lake. Although I might also make tea. Okay. Now let's pull up our little timer guy. Gotta switch my screen share from the wheel to focus. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay. I'll just check in on the last couple comments before we get started. I use the old Great American Reads list that I think still exists online, the one where the US voted for the top books. Oh, nice. I thought about, because I do know about that one. I think that I want to include from outside the US more. So that's my only thing there. I read Sad Tiger. On the National Book Award long list for translated literature. I do need to like look more into that list. Got My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. Ooh, nice. Exciting. Currently listening to My Brilliant Friend on my commute. Oh, perfect. Currently reading Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, Castle in the Air, and The Grandest Game. Ooh, got a few. Going to try and finish one of my many on-the-go books during the sprint. Nice. Yeah, I'll at least start Crow Lake during the first sprint. I'll decide later for the second sprint. I don't know yet. Okay. Happy reading, everybody. Okay, how did that first sprint go for everybody? And I'm gonna set our little break timer. Just give me a second. I literally always forget how to do this. Oh yeah, it's this, and then start it, and then go back to that. There we go. Okay. This is about my brilliant friend. Loving it. I read The Lion Women of Tehran earlier this year, and it's giving me the same nostalgic heartbreak and tension. Ooh. I have a feeling that that's also some of the feelings that my current read is going to give me. My cat is just spotting tears and is now pawing at the TV. Oh, cute. Yeah, there's still one there. He's just off camera though. Scout came and graced us with her presence when I opened the windows, which is very exciting. She doesn't move around for much more than food right now. So big progress. I think she's headed back to her spot though on the couch. She got a good sniff of the fresh air. She's like, all right, gotta go. I ate dinner in that sprint. Nice. Oh, saying goodbye for today. You've probably left already, but bye. Had to do some house chores, but got settled down with enough time to read a chapter in The Once and Future Witches. How are you feeling about that book? I read that for a book club quite some time ago. I think I felt pretty middle of the road about it, if I remember correctly. Is that Alex E. Haro? I'm pretty sure. And then I read The Starling House by her, which I did not like. But I also think that her writing style is just maybe not for me. But even still, The Once and Future Witches, I did like. I didn't dislike it, even with it not being my kind of style. Okay, made dinner instead of reading. Never mind. Hey, you got to do it, you know. Read 12 pages. Thanks. I fell asleep like I thought, but I also read 30 pages. Oh my gosh, that's good. I can only read 30 pages in a sprint without falling asleep. So, how much did I read? Probably not 30 pages. I read 21 pages. So not great. I mean, I did update the Storygraph challenge, and also I realized I hadn't added my own books to there and stuff. But this is good so far. I totally forgot what it was about, since I had gotten it. But I made it through the prologue, the first chapter, and a little bit of chapter 2. I was a little bit worried because chapter 1, our main character is 7 years old, and I was worried that was going to be the same thing for the whole story, which I historically have a very hard time with books that have a protagonist that is a very young child. But the second chapter starts and she's like, and I just got home from work. And I was like, oh, okay, we're good. She's much older in the second chapter. And I reread the back of the book and remembered that she's I think a zoologist or something. So she's definitely entered her career and is not a child. So I'm hopeful for it. I do think I'm probably going to put it down now after this sprint and pick up a book that I'm actually more in the middle of, but at least I got it started and the writing's really good. I've only read one other Mary Lawson and I felt kind of meh about it. So I think that that's mostly why it took me so long to read this. But I do think that it might be really good actually. So I'm more hopeful now that I've started. I'm glad that I started it. Finished the first part of Milk Teeth. Such a lovely and sensual book. Ooh. I'm about to finish The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It has been perfect for what I needed and a seasonal book for her kid. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah, that's right. You kept the seasonal one. I almost wish that I had kept that one just because it is really nice to prioritize those. I feel I really would love something light sometime soon, but nothing on my list of books that I'm meaning to read soon fit that. But I might end up just picking up a romance or something, because I think that's the lightest kind of stuff that I have, or maybe a very light thriller. I don't know. I'm also feeling something light. I'm really enjoying The Loneliness. Nice. It's so good. Great. You can read up to half of the book for the Bewitched reading challenge in September and have it still count. So I've read half of both The Wood at Midwinter and the Starlight Watchmaker. Nice. Oh, that's smart. Getting smart with it. I like it. I didn't get to read this time. I had to clean the litter box instead. Worth it. My cat is happy now. Yes, always worth it. Oh, Scout's back. Hi, baby. She doesn't want to be held. She just wants to sniff fresh air, which fair. Me too. My husband is making dinner, so I didn't have to interrupt sprints. Perfect. I liked Starling House better than Once and Future Witches. Ooh, I was the opposite. And I think that kind of called it for Alexi Harrow for me. Because there's another book that she wrote that did decently well. But I was like, you know what? I think I'm done. If I had really liked one of the books and really hated one of the books, like that would be another thing. But to feel meh and also that I didn't like one. Listen to my audiobook and clean to the kitchen. Nice, smart. I feel the same way. The writing style isn't my favorite and the storyline is slow burn, but enough to keep my attention. Thinking 3 stars, only 35% in though. Yeah, I was probably 3 stars. I'm trying to remember now. Let's see. And Future. I know I liked the end of it better than the... Okay. I was 2.75 stars. I mean, that's very close to 3 stars. And average rating on Storygraph is 4.12. So there you go. I always feel bad about saying if I didn't like a book while somebody's actively reading the book. Because it's like, you've already made this decision to read it. And I think you should read it until you don't want to. But I don't want to like impact that, you know? I only have 50 pages left on my book. So hopefully I will finish in the next sprint. Awesome. Very jealous of the people that can read 50 pages in one sprint. I guess maybe it depends on the book. Maybe a different book I'll be able to. I got through 20 pages. I've been picking at this book off and on all month. I'm ready to be done. It's a good book, just a really slow read for me. Yeah, I get that. I'm just loving light and cozy books at the moment. Yeah, I'm craving it. I think it's mostly because of Booker. Because I've been like so in that, and even like the fantasy that I've been reading. Actually, Catabasis feels a little light, oddly, despite the fact that they're in hell. I think like maybe conversationally and like the worries and stuff oddly feels lighter. But Crooked Kingdom is so intense. It's so intense. So even though it is a YA, it's just like a lot of crazy stuff is happening all the time. Can someone tell me if Flashlight has queer characters? I think that will decide for me if I read it before returning it. I don't believe there are any queer characters in Flashlight. I don't think so. 1 hour left in my audiobook, The Hounding by, not sure how to pronounce that. Okay, awesome. 1 hour left. Nice. Which book do you think will win the Booker? I haven't done like a real, like true prediction in a while, but I have a very good track record once the shortlist is announced of predicting the long list. I've only been wrong one time, and it was the first Booker. So I haven't read Audition yet, so I can't say there. But if I'm going based off of gut, which is usually how I pick, I don't know. It's still kind of, I think my gut is telling me Flashlight, oddly. I do think The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny could do it. If I could like have like a secondary, like maybe this, then that would be The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny, because those two I do have a very like strong feeling about. I very much felt that they would be a part of the short list. Those were the 2 of the entire long list, at least that I had read so far. And even from what I knew of the other books, that I was like, I think that these ones are definitely going to be on the short list. But I think that of those 2, I more see Flashlight actually winning than I see The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny. But I would not be surprised if The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny won. But yeah, that is I'm going to say Flashlight's my prediction. And then I'm going to say secondary, not technically my official prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised. Love the min-maxing of reading challenges. I need to be smarter. Yeah, I'm just proud of myself for having started the last book of the Reading Rebellion challenge, even though I did have to really alter what I was planning on doing for that challenge. That'll be, I think, my next video. So not like this week's video, but the next video, I think, will be the Reading Rebellion. And then we'll get, which I think I read a lot in September. I feel like I did. Did I? I feel like I did. Now I can't remember. It feels like I read so much, but maybe it's just because the last like little bit I've been reading a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah. I've read a fair amount in September, especially if I finish like another book before the end. Feeling pretty good about that. Continuing on with Endling and enjoying it. Surprised it didn't make the short list. Ooh, I own Endling, but I haven't. That's one of the 4 that I haven't read yet from the long list. Think I'm going to. Oh, our break is over. How did that? I didn't even. Okay, we'll go through these comments real quick and then we'll start our next sprint. I think I'm going to start Hedda Ho's Poet Mystic Widow Wife. Oh my gosh, that is quite the title, which is a nonfiction next. Ooh. I'm trying to min-max to match and also choose shorter reads as well. Yeah, I get that. I ended up reading T. Kingfisher's What Moves the Dead because it could work for Reading Rebellion and it would be a lot quicker. Do you also listen to audiobooks? I do. I almost always, I wouldn't say almost always, if I can get my hands on the audiobook, which right now I'm only doing the library. I don't even have Spotify anymore. I'm trying to like really pare back on my subscriptions and then like really decide which ones I actually want. So I'm like taking all of them away first and then going back. So right now it's just the library. So if I can get an audiobook from the library of a book that I also have physically or an ebook of, then my favorite way to do it is to be doing the same book at the same time. Not like immersive reading, but like where I can read some and then I can get up and do something and listen to some. Like that's my preferred method for moving through almost all books. Some of them I do think lend themselves towards like one format or the other, but I do love audiobooks. Also, it's really great for puzzling, which I love puzzling. I'm a slow reader, but this book is very easy read, so it's faster. Normally I can't read 50 pages in one sprint. Okay, just curious. Justice for Endling. Oh, I'm excited to read Endling now. No characters in Flashlight. Okay, thank you for confirming. I think I will get returned. I can always check it out again later. Yes, very true. I think the land in winter, but I'm terrible at predicting winners. I could see that. I could see that. I always forget how grim the Percy Jackson and associated books are because they're steeped in magic and mythos, but they get bleak sometimes. No wonder I grew up accepting death so well. Fair. For me, it was because I grew up in Florida. There's a lot of old people there. You see a lot of death real early in life. It would be interesting if Flasher wins the Booker and the Women's Prize. That would be interesting. I haven't looked into the other Women's Prize. It's also national. It's on actually, I don't think I realized that it was on the Women's Prize. It's on the National Book Award, right? Whatever that one is. I also feel like I need to share news with you that I bought a book with 1,000 pages this week. Alchemized by Senlin Yu. Oh, okay. You're going to have to let me know what you think of it. I just bought a book yesterday. I know we're past our break time, but now I really want to show it to you all. Okay. So this was one of those times where I was in a bookstore and there were like books I saw that I'd like heard a bunch about, but then I saw one that I'd never heard anything about. And I liked the cover of it. I liked the synopsis. And so I got it. How cool is that? It's called Moonflow. Also, the main character's name is Sarah. She's a trans woman who makes her living growing mushrooms when a bad harvest leaves her in a desperate fix. The lore of the King's Breakfast has her journeying into the vast uncharted woods where it grows. I forgot to say the King's Breakfast, I think, is like a mushroom that one bite and you can understand the full scope of the universe, one bite and you can commune with forgotten gods beyond human comprehension. So then as she's looking for it, she realizes she's not alone. Something in the force is waking up. It's hungry and it wants her. It seems so much fun. So yeah, a little horror book for the season. I couldn't say no to the cover, and also it helps with her kid. And the main character's name is Sarah. So like, come on. The only book with queer characters was The South. Yeah, that was my recollection. I do like truly queer. I also love doing a combined modality method. Yeah, it's the best. 10-minute break is too short. Yeah, maybe I need to like change it to not be 10 minutes. Sometimes it works. It just kind of depends on how many people you've got in here. Yes, it's on the National Book Award. Could it win all 3? That would be very impressive. Read nothing. I try so hard not to buy books, but I Who Have Never Known Men because I cannot find it anywhere in a library. Yeah, I think there was only one in my library. So I also ended up purchasing it from the same bookstore that I got this book. Just my local bookstore, they had it, although it was new, it wasn't used. It's a new and used bookstore, so I'm always hoping I'll find the books I want used. You're not supposed to judge covers, but that one's gorgeous. I know, it's so fun. And like, yeah, I'm obsessed with it already. I hope I like it. I Who Have Never Known Men is worth having your own copy. The writing is gorgeous. I agree with this. I own my own copy and I'm very happy about it. Bittercrella of the Midnight Pals fame. Nice. I've literally never heard of the author before. So I'm glad that there's something else that they've written that you liked. Or have heard of at least. Yeah, so excited. One of the characters in Endling is asexual. Ooh. Are they a main character? Because this could help with her kid. Where my brain automatically goes. I noticed that one right away. I'm on the wait list at the library, so I should get it soon. They opened a Books A Million near me. They opened one near you? They just opened it? I thought Books A Million was dying. That's awesome though. I grew up with the Books A Million. I think that it closed. I think the one in my hometown closed down. Well, no, maybe it was still there. Oh, but I really loved it. I mean, it was the only bookstore I had, so it was like the most magical place for someone that loved books. And that was always an exciting time when like my parents would like take me there and then be like, okay, you can get 2 books. But also very difficult, very difficult decisions. Thanks. I have Endling. I will make sure to read that one. Nice. Yes, and main character. Oh my gosh, that's so helpful. That's so helpful for her kid. Okay. Oh, one of the squares I'm getting very close to completing now. That's awesome. Anyways, let's get back to it. I'm going to switch to Crooked Kingdom since that's like actually my main focus right now. I'm trying to finish that before the end of September, which I think I should be able to do. It's a very fun, easy read. But yeah, I want to get back to focusing on one book at a time so that eventually I can actually have the time to focus on the books that I've been in the middle of forever, one at a time, and finish them. Maybe that'd be cool. Or I might end up reading a light romance because I feel like it. What can you do? But for now, Crooked Kingdom. All right. Happy reading, everybody. Oh, sorry. And I forgot to say, this is going to be the last sprint. So sorry. Have to be ready for my landlord who's going to get here around lunchtime. So unfortunately, this is our last sprint for today. Sorry. Okay, how did everybody do? I loved that reading sprint. It made me feel like I want to just read all day. I got maybe 30 pages further. I'm really loving like reading a book that's just about a group of characters that have like very distinct personalities and like banter with each other and everything. I feel like it's been a long time since I've had a book that has that. And I forgot how much fun they are to like really feel like you know the characters and just kind of be like laughing at like the little like jabs and stuff that they give to each other. Um, but yeah, and I feel like we're setting up for like what's going to be the main mission of this book at this point. And I'm also excited to actually be finishing a fantasy series. I know this is only like a 2-book series, and I literally started it this month. But it's been a while. It's been a while since I finished a fantasy series, so I'm excited for that. Also, I would love your thoughts on whether or not I should read more from the Grishaverse, because I know that this is just part of that. I know that there's a trilogy that happens before this, which I've heard mixed things about, because obviously she wrote it first and her writing apparently got a lot better past that. But I think that there's even more besides that trilogy. And so now I'm enjoying this a lot. So I'm thinking about possibly going back and reading that trilogy and possibly reading more. But I do want to know your all thoughts. What if you think that that's something that I should do if you've read the books in the Grishaverse? Outside of that, I do also own Ninth House, which I'll be reading eventually. Actually, will that be on my? It might have been on my bookshelf for long enough to make it to my books to read of 2026, but I don't think it's close enough to make it onto my TBR Spin stack for next year. So next year might be the year for Ninth House. Okay. One kitty leaves the bed, the other kitty takes over. Yes, that was very cute. Actually, the kitty that took over came back. He keeps leaving and coming back. He's basically just making the rounds between the windows because they're open. Also, this bed is heated. The one further back is not, but this one is. So they're there a lot. But it's not quite cool enough for them to just hang out there. But yeah, the heated beds have started coming out. The heated blanket has already made an appearance. I'm loving the sprint. Oh, yay. I'm glad you were loving it too. I just picked up Project Hail Mary for the read a book that was a gift prompt. Yay. I love Project Hail Mary so much. I love Andy Weir. Well, I guess technically I've only read 3 books, but he's only come out with 3 books. So it's hard to say that I just like love his writing. But that and The Martian were so good. And then the other one that he wrote was also pretty good. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but it was pretty good. Washed dishes, cleaned litter boxes, and took out the garbage. Still need to get the garbage can to the street. Nice. Good productive sprint though. Hello. Not much reading that sprint. I made myself some brunch. Ooh, that sounds really good. I wish we had brunch food. We could probably make egg sandwiches. 18 pages left in Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I'd hope to finish in sprints, but I will finish tonight. Such a good, fun book. Yeah, you're being that close. You got to. What are you reading? So for that sprint, I was reading Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, which is the second book in the Six of Crows duology. Does it have like a different name, or is it just called the Six of Crows duology? Yeah, the Six of Crows duology. So I read the first book early this month, and then the second book came out from the library way faster than I expected. I have 5 pages left, but I think it's worth reading The House of My Mother, even if you've watched reactions and reviews, so you get the actual firsthand account. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll probably put in a request for the audiobook from the library. I wonder if she does the audiobook. A lot of memoirs are done by the author, but that would be really cool. Got through 35-ish pages. Nice. It's a good amount. I love Shadow and Bone on Netflix, so definitely want to read all the books. Yeah, I heard that it's a combo of the trilogy and the duology that I'm like just reading now. So that's also why I'm asking is like, should I go back and read the trilogy and then watch the Netflix series? because I am really excited about reading the Netflix series. Read more of the Grishaverse. I reread them all at the moment, and I love them so much. Oh, nice. I read King of Scars in both sprints. Perfect. All in the same area. To be fair, I never watched the channel and avoided all reviews and docs except the book, so I don't really know. Yeah, I never watched the actual like channel itself. I just really like the channel Swoop and her like documentary style videos on YouTube. I really love watching those, and so she covered it. And then I do think that I watched another one. What are their names? They're ex-Mormon like couple that do that have a YouTube channel, and they talk through sometimes things like this, especially when they are closely related to like Christian fundamentalism. And they did a video on it too. And then they did another follow-up when the book came out to talk about what was in the book. No reading done, just had lunch. I'm going to head out. Thanks to the sprints. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you were able to make it for this one. Start out your day. I believe it was you that woke up and we were just doing them. Yes, Jordan and McKay. Yes, that's exactly who I was talking about. Yeah, also love their channel. And then I also wanted to put in the comments, that is a link to a live stream that's being done for the Reading Rebellion in about an hour and a half, a little under an hour and a half. So I'm probably going to join that as long as my landlord has left by then and we figured out the washer situation. But yeah, so if that's done, then I will join it, like actually joining with video. That's on Heather's channel. But if not, then I'll probably try to still be in the chat up until we sort that. Because I do feel like I want to do some reading today and also some cleaning. And I think some sprints could really help me out with that, even if they're not on my channel specifically. So if you are planning on doing some more sprinting today, then maybe hang out with me and Heather over there and whoever else ends up joining from the Reading Rebellion. I think that there's only one live after that for Reading Rebellion. I'm assuming it's on Mel's channel, but I'd have to look that up. But yeah, consider joining us. Yeah, no problem. And yeah, I think that that's gonna do it for the sprints today. It sounds like everybody got a good amount of reading / chores done. And I will see you next time. When is the next time I'm sprinting? I don't know if I'm going to be sprinting next weekend. I might sprint a week from today. I will try to schedule that soon if I am indeed doing it. Yay, yeah, I'd love to have you there, Sarah. Yes, thanks for being here, Sam. Thanks, everyone. Maybe see you next week, but if not, probably sometime within the next 2 weeks. Same-ish time. Bye, everyone. Hey, guess what? I didn't end the stream. I just left it. Okay, for real though. Bye.